Yo, what's good, people? Izzy Max here, back again, and finally for the first week of the MDL. We are running a little bit ahead of schedule. This match isn't supposed to be played until next week, but technically this is the first day of the season, so we're gonna go ahead and break down kind of what I think my opponent eMburst is gonna bring, and kind of what my process was while building. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. So starting off, I have kind of my spreadsheet of what I wanted to do. Looking at the matchup on my side, I knew Tangrowth, Toxtricity, Tapu Lele, and Dracovish were going to be huge. There wasn't much on this team that could really counter these four mons in particular. Burst has a real kind of weakness to Toxtricity if I'm able to get it going. And Tangrowth just allows a lot of versatility outside of Tapu Fini and Magnezone. There's not really a whole lot of special offense that I need to be worried about. So I figured this would be a good mon with Rage Powder, and kind of have to figure out what the safety goggles is going to be on. But depending on what it's on, it's not really going to be an issue. Like I said, Toxtricity is a hard mon for this team to counter. Tapu Lele, this is going to be a terrain war, and Lele really has a good matchup pretty much into everything. It hits everything really hard, and for at least neutral damage outside of the Magnezone. And then Dracovish, if I can get it to be the fastest thing on the field, it's pretty much one-shotting almost everything, and if not, it's two-shotting. And it's decently bulky because I don't have to invest incredibly too much into speed, and I can put some more of that into bulk. For my maybes, Hawlucha looks really good, but it can get kind of burnt down really fast. So if I plan on bringing it, I kind of have to work it in very carefully. But with that being said, it does match up very well against pretty much everything. And if I can get an SD off, which spoiler warning, I am bringing Hawlucha, and it does have Swords Dance. Next to that Tangrowth, it really kind of sweeps. Next up is the Gigalith if I want to do a sand mode with the Dracovish, or if I want to just do Strong Jaw. But Gigalith is really bulky. Like I said, there's not much specially that this team can really hit it with outside of that Magnezone. But in the sand, Gigalith is taking 2 hits from a Flash Cannon. If the Magnezone is running Steel Beam, however, it will one-shot the Gigalith, but you'll be taking 50% in return, so I'll take that trade-off. Sand Slash, again, if I wanted to do that sand mode, Sand Slash looks decently well into everything, hits everything really, really hard, and yeah. So next up for the maybes is the Kling Clang. I thought about it, maybe having a Trick Room option with the Sand Slash, Gigalith, and maybe a slow Dracovish. That's pretty much it, just if I thought about a Trick Room option. And my no category is going to be Blacephalon, Umbreon, and Glaceon. They just don't really match up too well, you know? So Blacephalon, we have Finny, we have the Urshifu, we have Lycanroc, you know? There's not much. Also the Pillow Swine. Blacephalon really doesn't want to be in on this match. Umbreon, again, Urshifu kind of doesn't allow me to use Umbreon correctly. Also, the close combat on a Lycanroc and the Tapu Fini just doesn't really allow Umbreon to do what it wants to do. And then Glaceon just doesn't have a good matchup. Not really hitting anything super hard, so that's definitely a no for me. So I have kind of 8 mons to pick from. And then on the other side, this is where it gets kind of easy a little bit to team build, and I could be way wrong, but we'll see when we get into the match. I play in about 30 minutes. The probablys are more like has to be. So I feel like with the way the team is built, these mons have to come, and that's going to be the Finny, the Urshifu, the Talonflame, Togetic, and the Magnezone. During prep, Magnezone was like the biggest issue for me, especially if it was a lead. If it's not a lead, I don't really care about it because I'll have enough, like I said, if it's not its lead, to kind of just whittle it down and win in the late game. But Finny, it's going to be a terrain war, has to bring it. It also hits Dracovish, Gigalith, Sand Slash, Hawlucha, all for super effective, as well as the Blacephalon, but I'm not bringing it. Urshifu, just super good, hits really hard. I'm expecting it to be Focus Sash. If it's anything else, I can one-shot it with a whole lot of things. Talonflame, it looks like it doesn't have a good matchup because I do have Toxtricity, I have Dracovish, Gigalith, Sandslash, but Tailwind is so big in this matchup that I think it has to come. Togetic, just the overall support mon, super good, super bulky. I do have opportunities to one-shot it, just depends how it's built. And then Magnezone, like I said, is kind of the biggest issue I have. It does really good damage into the Lele, into the Dracovish, into the Hawlucha, into the Gigalith. And I really can't do any damage or a significant amount of damage outside of those 4 mons to it anyway. You know, close combat from Hawlucha, Earthquake or Stomping Tantrum from the Gigalith, and then Vicious Rin from the faster Dracovish. But like I said, if it's a lead under Tailwind, it does kind of get tricky. The maybes here, I'm leaning more towards Mesprit because I do have an opportunity to kind of set a Trick Room mode. The team that he constructed is kind of faster. So Mesprit, I'm leaning towards is going to be the 6th mon, and it is decently bulky and has a lot of utility. But I could also see Sceptile come for the Unburden. I was looking at its move pool. I don't really know what it can do, but I do have, you know, Tangrowth, Toxtricity, Hawlucha, things that the Sceptile really doesn't want to see. So, And then lastly, I have the Lycanroc. It does hit super hard, but I am setting Psychic Terrain, so I don't know if this mon is going to show up because the Cell Rock is pretty much null and void. And it's super, super, super frail. Like, I've used it in the multi-battle league that me and Ryan were in, and it has to have Focus Sash. And if it doesn't, it has to be banded with a Cell Rock, and I don't think that's going to be possible in this matchup. And for the Nopes, Altaria, I don't really see coming. Yeah, I don't really know what Altaria does, so I could be wrong, but looking at its stats and its moves, it doesn't do anything. Palossand, I almost wanted to put Pillow-Swine, I almost wanted to put it in the maybes, but there's an item problem. If it wants to be Eviolite, Togetic is not an issue. If it wants it to be Choice Band, you have to lock yourself into something, and I don't really know what you want to lock yourself into since I do have a flying immunity, things that really don't care about getting hit with ice moves, and it is kind of slow. And then Morgrim, of course, I'm just setting Psychic Terrain, so Morgrim really doesn't get to do what it wants to do. So that's kind of my thinking on those. So going into this, we'll go back onto the game screen. This is what I ended up building. So you're going to see Hawlucha with the Psychic Seed, Tangrowth with the Leftovers, Dracovish with a Choice Band, Toxtricity, Choice Scarf, Gigalith, Assault Vest, and Lele with the Life Orb. I'm not really going to go through my EV spreads, but we will kind of talk about what else we have. So for the moves on Hawlucha, I have Acrobatic, Close Combat, Swords Dance, and Rock Slide. This is potentially a lead next to Tangrowth. And then we just Rage Powder, set up a Swords Dance, max the Hawlucha, let Tangrowth go down, go into Lele, set the Seed, and then we're Unburdened, and we just kind of go in. Rock Slide is really cool. So if I see a Tangrowth blank lead, I am more than likely just going to straight up max and click Rock Slide. And it one-shots the Talonflame. All you can do is get a Tailwind up, and then it goes down. Even if it's Focus Sash, it goes down after the Sandstorm. And then, like I said, Lele, we just let Tangrowth go down or hard switch into Lele if Tangrowth looks like it's going to help in the late game. And then this sets the sand for Dracovish and all that. So this is probably going to be one of my lead options. Next up, we do have the Tangrowth. Of course, it is Leftovers this week, not AV. Leech Seed, Rage Powder, Giga Drain, and Sludge Bomb. This thing really, really matches up well against the Finny. If it's a late game setup Finny, I can just Leech Seed and then Giga Drain, and it really can't out damage my healing, which is interesting, but I feel like this is going to be a really good mod in this matchup. A lot of physical threats, and Tangrowth really doesn't care about taking physical hits. Next up is, of course, the Dracovish. This is Sand Rush this week because I do have 2 ways of setting sand on this team, but Vicious Rin, Ice Fang, Leech Life, Super Fang, Choice Band. This thing's going to do a whole lot of damage. And if it can't do damage, I'm just clicking Super Fang to take 50%. So really good mon. hits really good calcs, and hopefully I can let it get a good amount of kills this week. Next up is the Choice Scarf Toxicity. This is probably going to be one of the harder hitting mons into his squad, but we do have the Hyper Voice, Sludge Bomb, Volt Switch, and Overdrive. Really, all I need is Overdrive. That is pretty much the only move I'll be clicking once this thing gets on the field, but it's really hard and just really has a good matchup. I believe... Nope, I got 2 more. So next is the Gigalith. This is AV Gigalith, Earthquake, Rock Slide, Stomping Tantrum, and Body Press. If I need to, I'm clicking Earthquake. So if I see a Togetic Magnezone, if it's max HP Magnezone, it dies to an Earthquake. If it is max HP, max defense, it barely lives it, but that means it's not doing much damage to me since I am AV and probably in the sand. So not too worried about that one. Super good mon, again, setting the sand for Dracovish, and just being a really good matchup if he wants to set Trick Room for whatever reason. I don't see him setting it. I maybe see him countering mine, but I'm not bringing it, so not a huge issue. Then lastly is my Tapu Lele, Dazzling Gleam, Psychic, Calm Mind, and Protect. If I can get a few Calm Minds off, this is my other lead with the Tangrowth. If I can get a few Calm Minds off and then switch into the Hawlucha, gets the seed off on Hawlucha, and then I can click max Airstreams, this thing just wins. It is incredibly powerful, and even, there's my cat, and even the Magnezone doesn't want to be in on this thing if I get a few Calm Minds off. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. Like I said, I play in exactly 30 minutes now, so without further ado, I will see you guys in the game. All right, we are in the game. So we see, oh, pretty much everything I expected. What do I want to lead with? Think about doing the Hawlucha Tangrowth. Yeah, let's do Lucha, Tangrowth, Lele Tox for game 1. My Magnezone matchup gets kind of weird. Actually, let's just lead. Let's lead Sand with Toxicity. Do I want Tangrowth or do I want Lele? Let's go Lele. Let's leave Tang on the bench for game 1. Okay, let's do that. All right. Good luck to my opponent. This should be a good match. Surprised that I got all, well, 5, and then I was saying Mesprit was probably the play. So we'll see where this goes. Okay, what is his lead? I'm leading my Sand mode. He Mesprit Magnezone. Okay. Okay. I think I just want to fish as Rin the Mag, and then go for some max Earthquakes. I really like that. Let's do that. Okay, so he led with the Mesprit. I figured the Mag would be a lead. So this is interesting. Okay. So in the last 30 minutes, this max Gigalith actually came to mind. Okay, so Mesprit just protects, which is fine. Okay. Okay. Electro Web, that's fine. Crit's not fine. But just lower my speed on the Gig, that is fine. Okay, so Magnezone is Focus Sash. which is interesting. Oh, it's sturdy. Okay, so no lightning, or no magnet pull. That's what it was. You can't red card the Gigalith. Oh, okay, so it is red card. That's interesting. So I think... What's in the back? Toxin Lele? I think I'm kind of okay with the Lele actually, or the Dracovish actually dying here. Okay, what are you switching in? The Finny? Alright. Okay, Dracovish picks up a kill on the mag. And this is actually going to be a decent hit into the Finny. Okay. And in the Sandstorm. So Finny potentially dies to a Vicious Rend here. I am kind of worried about the Mesprit though. But does it just protect again is the thing. I don't think so. I'm just going to continue to do what I'm doing here. And just do this. Because if Dracovish goes down, whatever. Yeah, the Mesprit just protects again. That's fine. Dazzle or Moonblast? Moonblast. Okay, so Dracovish probably goes down here. It doesn't. I get the special attack fall. Oh well. Okay, this is all good. Sorry, my cat is messing with my blinds. So Gigalith here is just doing a bunch of work. So Mesprit isn't safety goggles. Neither is the Finny. Okay. So I actually ignore the Finny here now. Do I just tantrum? I think I just tantrum here. Yeah. Gigalith is at +3 with an AV in the sand. So Vicious Rain goes into the Mesprit and dies. Okay, Vish gets another kill on the Mesprit. Okay, there's an Icy Wind, which is fine. Vish still lives. That is crazy. And then Gigalith is going to kill the Finny here. Okay, what is your last Mon? Is the Urshifu. Okay, so I'm actually going to just double switch. To preserve diff and all of that. Okay, out comes the Lele. Out goes the Gigalith into Toxtricity. Wicked Blow goes into what? Into the Lele. Okay. All fine. actually going to protect. Just volt switch here. Yeah, that should be fine. I don't want to reveal the speed on my Lele. Revealing that is okay. And then I'm actually going to go into probably Dracovish here. Just let it die. Okay. All fine. That is actually what I wanted. And yes, I know you can't protect in front of an Urshifu, but I don't want to reveal the speed on my Lele. And Dracovish is going to pick up its next skill. We'll just body press, I guess. And Fish is right. So Lele dies. Urshifu gets a kill. Sorry, I'm keeping track on my paper here. Okay, and then you're gonna max, which is fine. So Max Gigalith really did work. I'm surprised Mesprit came and was a lead. All I've seen it do was protect, though. Okay. So that's game one. Dracovish doing a bunch of good work here. Okay. So you're probably going to try to counter my weather? We've seen that those two weren't, but we did see the Electro Web. So what if I go Hawlucha Toxtricity? Let's do that, actually. Oh. Do I just want to do the same thing? No, I'm gonna do it. Hawlucha, Tang, Lele, and Dracovish. Okay. Hawlucha Toxtricity, Volt Switch, into Lele, set the sand, let something die, get into Dracovish. Okay. We're gonna try this out. Yep. Which is what I expected. This is actually really, really good for me here. So we're just going to Rock Slide Overdrive. With no ground type, there's really not a switch in for this. You going for Brave Bird? No, Tailwind. Okay, this is all fine. Crit's not gonna matter. Okay, it was Sash. And the Rock Slide. Although there is Tailwind now, which is super unfortunate. Okay, so now Mesprit comes in. Okay. This is a weird spot, but I think I want to do this. No, I don't. You know what? Let's just do the same thing. If one of these mons go down, it's honestly okay. Maxing the Mesprit. That's actually interesting. Okay. Problem is, I'm not going to be able to set the sand. You have to be going after toxicity here, right? Follow. Oh, no. Okay. Mindstorm. Yep. End of the Tox. Tox will die. Oh, this is actually kind of funny. Almost. Okay. Dazzle. Yawn. Okay. Now I know Hawlucha is going to fall asleep here, but I have to get the sand up. Yeah, this is fine. I have to get the sand up. So we've seen, let's see here. Hawlucha got a kill. Toxicity died. Mesprit got a kill, and Talonflame died. Okay. Hawlucha should be faster here. Should. I don't know how much speed is in the Mesprit, but I have very little in my Hawlucha. And we're both double speed here. Please be faster, please be faster, please be faster. Ooh, just a helping hand? Okay. I am not, but a max overgrow? Expecting me to switch. Ah. Gotcha. Nope, just the rockfall. How many turns did Taiwan? So I just do this. I know I'm not waking up. And then this is fun. Because Togetic is going down here. To the sand from Hawlucha. Yep, follow me. Mindstorm killing the Lucha. No, into the Lele. actually does nothing. That's crazy. Okay. 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 And then Tailwind is over now. Yep. That was a really good play. Reading the switch. That's kind of cool. Okay, Hawlucha. Let's attempt to get an Airstream off. And we'll just protect with the Lele. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Protecting here. Come on, Hawlucha. Either die or go down. Okay, Psyshock. Please die. That'd be the best option. No. Okay. And then we see Flash Cannon. Okay, so no Steel Beam, which is what I expected. Steel Beam's kind of risky. So now we're going to CC. Honestly, I'm just kind of okay with this thing going down. Break the Sturdy. Yep. Okay. Yep. Red card. Ooh. Bet. Web? Oh, okay. So I am faster. That's GG. Cool. So Lele kills the mag here. And then Vish will kill the Mesprit. Cool. We'll just dazzle again. And then Mesprit will go down and Vish will pick up another kill. So Vish with 4 kills. Can't double. And there goes Vish. Cool. All right, so that was our first game. Really good showing from my team. Shows a lot of the versatility that I can have with the Dracovish, with the Hawlucha, the whole 9 yards. So I think a real big turning point in that game, and yes, I'll take your lead card. A real big turning point in that game was the expected switch in from the Yawn. So it's very not likely for someone to stay in on the Yawn, but I had to get my sand up, so I didn't bring the Gigalith. So it was a really risky play for me, and kind of a almost safe play since I did have the Dracovish in on that play. You're thinking, all right, you're going to switch in Gigalith, set the sand, and start sweeping with the Dracovish again because it was so potent in game 1. But I foregone that. I had to get my sand up. So the max overgrowth into the Hawlucha slot, I think, really saved me and put Burst in a real bad position. I'm not saying that was the wrong play. It was just a really good read that needed to be made, and just turned out the read was in my favor. So that'll be the end of this. Yeah, and I will see you guys for the breakdown, probably. Peace.